In chapter 5, he talks about his life after his entry into college. So he calls this a crucial phase in his life. So he, for his graduation, he had taken up BSc Computer Science, but he says that his graduation was a ritual. He did not concentrate at all in his studies. So for his MA, he chooses linguistics. Now, the reason that he chose linguistics was because he did not want to stay in a hostel because he was scared of staying with boys, and he was scared that his identity would be outed. So he chose the Tamil University at Tanjavur, and he chose linguistics as his course of study. So he says that his PG years were happy. He was free from ridicule or taunts about his gender identity. He liked his subject, so he focused on his studies, but he found a new passion, theatre. And at this time, when he thought about his ambition, he wanted to be either an actor or a journalist or a researcher. So during his stay there, during his course of study there, he meets the head of the Department of Dramatics, Professor Mu Ramaswamy, affectionately known as Mura, and he develops a circle of friends and starts reading the playwright Muruga Bhupati's scripts. So he becomes much interested in theatre during his PG days, and he calls this time as a time of introspection, when he thinks in detail about his identity. And he, as part of traveling to college, he travels to college every day, commutes every day on train. So he goes on a lot of train journeys. So he finds a group of people with whom he frequently travels, and there he meets Revati. But when people start, so he was thirsting for a female friend. He finds such a friend in Revati, but people think that they are having an affair, so he gradually stops that friendship. Now, his friend Senthil, whom he had met in the bus, had introduced him to an NGO, so he frequently visits that NGO, where he further meets people like him. Now, he categorizes the people that he meets at the NGO into two groups: Kotis. So, they are all men with female tendencies, but Kotis are people who went around in male garb but were women in spirit and urges, and Tirunangais, who openly wore women's clothes. So he meets men who were born as men but identifies as women. Some who hid their female tendencies, whereas Tirunangais were men who now openly adopted their female identity and even underwent sex change operation. So during this time, the NGO organizes a rally to Bangalore, and he calls this, a transformative event in his life, where he met a lot of people like himself. But he was still not confident enough or brave enough to tell the world that this is who I am. I do not conform to the gender assigned to me by birth, that my body might be male but I am female at heart. He still does not have the courage, even during his PG days. He hides his female tendencies from the rest of the world.